Citadel, long-awaited and really globe-tottering series, and you're in India with it finally. How does it feel to be back and with this?
Well, it feels really good to be back home, first of all. And second, I love the fact that, this is such a global show. We're going to be traveling across the world, multiple different countries to have premieres, to do global promotions for almost like a month and a half. But we're kickstarting it from my home. That makes me very, very proud that we started the global promotions for Citadel in Mumbai.
Yeah, like you said yesterday, they have been like 5 years ago. The Russos came to you with this idea, and then you loved it, and it was shot amid the pandemic. Considering that the roles are equally emotionally complex, how taxing was it for you?
It was. I mean, I'm not even gonna say it was lots of fun. It was very emotionally draining, physically demanding. The show required us. We shot it over a year and a half during 2021, and the show required us to be in like really physical shape to be able to do all the physical stunts that we needed to do, and that's not easy. To go to the gym like every single day, to do stunt training, 5-6 times a week for a full year and a half. मुझे gym बिल्कुल नहीं अच्छा लगता. But doing that was physically taxing anyway. Learning all the choreography. And then, we were away from our families, we were in a bubble, we couldn't meet friends, we only had each other, which was the crew and the cast. So that can, be emotionally very difficult. So when we wrapped the show, I was very excited.
Yeah, that's true. And it's like, even though like it feels great to see you there on posters leading that series and all, but then beyond India, it's more also about the South Asia in general. You're representing everybody back in Asia, being a lead in a prime Hollywood series. How does that feel? I mean, apart from making you happy, does that also burden you at times?
No. I mean, I've been a leading lady from a very long time.
Yeah,
And whether that's in Hollywood or in Bollywood, I consider myself a leading lady. It takes time to get there. It took me about 8 years working in Hollywood to be able to do, leading parts like this. Whether it is, in my movie Love Again, which comes out on May 12, whether it is in Citadel, or whether it was Quantico. It takes perseverance and doing smaller stuff, building your credibility, chote roles, smaller movies. And I had to do the same thing when I joined Bollywood. But that's the nature of the beast. That's just how the industry works. And I'm not afraid of hard work. I'm not afraid of perseverance. But when you finally get there and you see, when you watch the show and it's like, wow, I did it again.
Yeah,
So that's good.
And it's like in Hollow, like you said, it took time. It took 8 years to reach here. But then initially, like since the beginning, the directors, top directors were very interested in you as an artist. They wanted to work with you. I mean, you have worked with some of the best already to begin with, right? What do you feel about that particular interest? What do you think clicked in terms of like working with the Chorskys, then Russo's coming there and all?
I don't know. I can't answer that question because people ask me all the time, why haven't other people done it? Why haven't other actors from India broken the way you've broken? I don't have the answer to that. All I know is that the one thing that I did, which maybe led to it, was I didn't carry my baggage of, that I come from India and I'm a star here, and like I have an entourage of 20 people. And
like when you're working there, like you said yesterday also, I mean, it's all same. I mean, movie making is a process.
The process of it is the same.
Technical process of it is
Yeah.
mostly same. But then, how was it to branch out in terms of, I mean, it's a whole change. The way films look over there is completely different from the way they look over here.
Yeah.
How was that particular shift for you?
I'm going to try and find a way to articulate this, because in the beginning, when I first started acting in America, a lot of directors would come up to me and say, you know what, Pri, just throw it away. Just throw it away. I didn't know what throw it away meant. I was so confused, and I didn't want to look like an idiot. So I went and asked one of my co-actors, and this is in Quantico, like a long time ago when I first started working, like my first episode or something. And they said that means don't say it with any emotion. And it clicked in my head that, oh, that's the difference between when they act in American movies and we act in Indian movies. You know, we, as people, our culture is dramatic. I use my hands all the time to talk. Our movies are about drama. We are taught in, like, I went to an acting school in India, Kishore Namit, for like a month. We were taught bhav. You know, I did Kathak. We are taught Nauras and bhav and showing expression and face, which was the opposite there. Don't show it. Don't move the eyebrows. Don't move anything. Just say the line. So, kind of navigating the cultural differences of expectation was different. But now, I've obviously, after working so long, I can do that and this. Now, my brain has kind of adjusted.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, that was difficult for me. Like approaching a scene without being dramatic.
Yeah, and as surreal as it feels to achieve all this, how tiring? Like, are there any days or moments when you're like, I'm tired?
No, because I found a really beautiful work-life balance. I'm not someone who overworks myself anymore. I used to. I burnt the candle on both ends. Now I have a sense of, I need time, my team needs time, people need to sleep, we need to eat. And there was a time where I would go like without sleep, food for days. It didn't matter. But I think my priorities have shifted. It's very important for me to have time with my family. I like to be able to finish working in the evening and go back home and actually have just time for myself. I go away for the weekends. So I don't feel like exhausted in that sense anymore, like perennially exhausted. But yeah, after a night like a day like today, I'm pretty sure I'll sleep hard,
Yeah, that's true. And like on screen, the representation, and we are talking about diversity in the West and everything, but you're also working really hard to make it on ground. Like, for example, organizing screenings for RRR and cello show and all that stuff. How important that particular aspect is for you in putting South Asians in the front?
Well, it just ended up happening in the beginning first when, I started working and I started living in LA or in New York, when the people, like industry folks would come from India, they'd always call, hey PC, how are you, let's meet. And then I sort of felt their aspirations of, we want to reach this person. So I'd make the connections, I'd call somebody I know and say, hey. And then I realized that I had the ability to do that. So then I wanted to do it in a deliberate fashion. Then I started like making sure that if somebody wants support from me, Indian filmmakers especially, or South Asian talent, I will try and find the way to do it. So then my company, Purple Pebble Pictures, we kind of pivoted into becoming the shoulders for people to jump off of. So young filmmakers, new writers, new talent, behind the camera, in front of the camera. If you've made a movie and then you want to like take it to Sundance, or you want to take it to the festivals, or you want to take it and sell it to a studio, we help facilitate that. Because I feel like I realized the power of the platform that I had, and I really want to make sure that I can help South Asian filmmakers get the spotlight. So whether you talk about RRR and helping with their campaign, or cello show, or whatever, I feel like it is my responsibility now to be able to help people who want the help from me, who are, if I can, because I didn't have it. It's always nice when you come into the industry and you're like, I'm like, I'll make a call for you. That's nice to have. I have that now with, industry friends that I've built relationships with, whether that's in Bollywood or in Hollywood. And it feels good to be able to help, help people achieve their dreams. Even like that South Asian pre-Oscars party, like a big reason for that is to showcase the power of South Asian talent in Hollywood. That there's not just one or two of us, we're 400 of us, we're a lot of us. And we demand a position of power.